Welcome to AI in 10. I'm Chuck Goetschel, and every day my AI clone breaks down the biggest AI story in 10 minutes or less. What it is, why it matters, and how you can actually use it. Let's talk about something that could completely change the price of robots and maybe your next car too. Tesla just announced they're building their own massive chip factory. Not just any factory, a terafactory called TeraFab that will pump out 10 trillion transistors every single day. That's like asking your neighborhood bakery to suddenly produce enough bread for the entire planet. Here's what happened. Tesla first confirmed TeraFab on its January 28, 2026 earnings call. The project launch was announced by Musk on March 14, 2026, with a formal event on March 21, 2026. They're spending $20 to $25 billion to build custom AI chips in Austin, Texas. The goal? Stop depending on NVIDIA and make their Optimus robots cheap enough for regular people to buy. Right now, Tesla pays premium prices for NVIDIA chips. Everyone does. It's like being forced to buy designer jeans when all you need is something that fits. Tesla has already spent over $10 billion on NVIDIA hardware since 2016. That's a lot of designer jeans. But here's the kicker. The Tesla AI5 chip is projected to pack 40x to 50x more compute performance and 9x more memory than AI4, Tesla's prior chip. They're not trying to beat NVIDIA at everything. They just want chips that make their robots and self-driving cars work better for way less money. So what does this actually mean for you and me? Let's start with the robots. Tesla is testing 50,000 Optimus robots right now. They're doing factory work, sorting parts, basic assembly tasks. Once TeraFab is running in late 2027, Tesla wants to sell these robots for under $20,000 each. $20,000 might sound like a lot, but compare that to today's industrial robots that cost over $100,000. It's like the difference between buying a luxury car and a decent used one. Now imagine having a robot in your house for the price of a mid-range car. One that can vacuum, do basic cooking, maybe help take care of elderly family members. We're not talking about science fiction anymore. We're talking about 2028, maybe 2029. But let's be honest about the flip side. Cheaper robots mean companies can replace human workers faster. Tesla is targeting warehouses and factories first. Amazon has 2 million logistics workers. Walmart has another million in stores and distribution centers. If robots can do that work for the cost of 1 year's salary, well, you can do the math. The good news? This isn't happening overnight. Companies still need to retrain systems, deal with unions, figure out maintenance. And someone has to build, program, and fix all these robots. New jobs always emerge, but they're usually different jobs requiring different skills. Let's talk about your car. Tesla's custom chips aren't just for robots. They're also going into their full self-driving system. Right now, all that NVIDIA hardware makes Tesla's cars expensive. If they can cut their chip costs, they can cut car prices. We might see Tesla prices drop 10 to 15% once these new chips roll out. But here's the bigger play. Tesla wants to flood the roads with robotaxis, cars that drive themselves and pick up passengers. If their custom chips make this cheap enough, they're talking about rides that cost 20 cents per mile. 20 cents per mile would make Uber look like a luxury service. It would completely change how we think about owning cars, especially in cities. Why buy a car that sits parked 95% of the time when you can summon one for pocket change? Of course, this terrifies rideshare drivers, and taxi drivers, and delivery drivers. We're looking at millions of driving jobs potentially at risk over the next decade. But cheaper transportation helps everyone else. Lower commuting costs, easier access to jobs, less need for parking spaces that can become housing or parks. Thank you for watching this deep dive into Tesla's future factory. Subscribe for more updates on AI and robotics. Here's what you can actually do with this information today. First, if you're curious about Tesla's full self-driving, you can test it right now. They're rolling out version 13.2 to existing Tesla owners. If you know someone with a Tesla, ask for a ride. See what this technology actually feels like. It's not perfect. You still need to pay attention. But it'll give you a sense of where this is headed. Second, if you're interested in getting an Optimus robot eventually, Tesla opened a waitlist back in 2025. You can sign up on their website. No money down just gets you in line for when they start delivering in 2027. Third, pay attention to Tesla's AI Day events. The next one is scheduled for October. That's where they'll show off actual TeraFab chips and demonstrate what Optimus can really do. It's like a preview of the next 5 years. Fourth, think about your career. I'm not saying panic or make drastic changes, but if your job involves repetitive physical tasks, start learning skills that complement robots rather than compete with them. Programming, maintenance, customer service, creative problem solving. If you're just getting started with all this, my AI Explained course walks you through everything in about 30 bite-sized videos. It's designed for people who want to understand this world without getting overwhelmed by technical jargon. Now let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. Tesla isn't the first company to build custom AI chips. Apple did it with their M-series processors. Amazon built their own for cloud computing. But Tesla is the first to target mass-market robots and cars at the same time. This kicks off what experts are calling the AI factory era. Instead of buying chips from NVIDIA like everyone else, big companies are building their own. That's good for competition. It should drive down prices across the board. Watch for copycats. Google's Waymo is probably scrambling to announce their own chip factory. Chinese companies like Xpeng are definitely taking notes. This race is just getting started. The timeline matters here. TeraFab won't produce its first chips until late 2027. Mass production of cheap robots starts in 2028. We've got time to prepare, but not unlimited time. Boston Dynamics just announced they're selling their Atlas robots for $200,000 each. That's 10 times Tesla's target price. If Tesla hits their numbers, they don't just win the robot market, they create an entirely new market. As I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. Always talk to a professional for your specific investment situation. But here's what I'm watching. Tesla stock has been volatile, but analysts are starting to price in this chip independence. Some are predicting 20% upside just from breaking free of NVIDIA's pricing. More importantly, this isn't just about Tesla anymore. This is about the moment AI hardware becomes cheap enough for mass adoption. When robots stop being luxury items and start being appliances, that shift changes everything. How we work, how we travel, how we live at home. It's the biggest transformation since smartphones may be bigger. Here's the key takeaway. We're watching the birth of the robot economy, and it's happening faster than most people realize. Tesla's TeraFab isn't just a chip factory, it's the assembly line that could put a robot in every home and a self-driving car on every corner. The question isn't whether this will happen. The question is how quickly you'll adapt to a world where your biggest competition isn't other people, it's machines that cost less than your car. That's today's AI in 10. If you want to go deeper and learn AI with a community of people just like you, join us at aihammock.com. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends.